Hey friends! Hey, I just wanted to tell a quick story because in my actually in my blog post that I posted yesterday and my podcast, I told the story about how for years I could not sleep. I was so stressed that I was wound up tight like a spring and I couldn't sleep. I would go to bed at night and it was like as soon as my head hit the pillow, my mind was like off like a shot and it was going a million miles an hour and I would be thinking about everything under the sun, but I couldn't relax enough to go to sleep. And sometimes it would be an hour or more before I could finally get to sleep. And then during the night, I would wake up several times and I didn't have to go to the bathroom. I would just be awake and aware, and I would be staring at the clock, wondering when I was going to be able to switch my mind back off so that I could go to sleep, so that I could catch a few more precious hours of sleep before my kids woke up the next day and it all started all over again. And as I'm sure you can imagine, I was pretty much a hot mess because I wasn't getting any sleep. Sorry, I just got a call come in. Anyway, I wasn't getting any sleep, and so I was a hot mess, and I was angry with my kids all the time, and I would yell at them, and it was awful. It was awful. I felt like I couldn't enjoy my family. I couldn't enjoy my life. I couldn't handle anything. And I was just kind of going nowhere fast. And so I remember I tried to come up with a solution for this. I remember I'd heard about lavender oil. And so I went to the health food store to see if I could pick up some of this. And I got a bottle of it and I came home and I opened it up and I was so disappointed because it smelled yucky. It smelled dirty. And I remember I tried it a couple of times, but I just couldn't get into it. It was yucky. And so I remember I put it on my nightstand. It kind of got pushed into a dark and dusty corner and I forgot all about it. I also tried valerian root. I tried melatonin, but I found that they weren't very consistent for me. The results weren't. And so sometimes it would wire me more than I was when I got started. So it was just not something that I was all that interested in. Fast forward a few months and my friend showed up at the door with a bag of oils. And, I remember when she was telling me about them, I was so excited because these oils smelled fantastic. But I also, I remember being really surprised when I opened up the bottle of lavender. I remember saying, whoa, this doesn't smell like what I expected it to. Because it didn't smell dirty. It smelled clean and it smelled fresh and it smelled like what I had always imagined lavender to smell like. It wasn't sickly sweet. It wasn't dirty. It just smelled good. It smelled yummy and fresh. And when my friend also showed me a book that I could look up various health issues in the back of the book, and it would tell me what oils to use for it. And I remember being so excited about this because, folks, picking up a bottle of lavender, you don't just think, oh, this lavender is going to be good for blah, 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 blah. No, it's kind of confusing. And so I was super glad to have this this book to tell me how to use it. And after she left, and she actually left her book and her bag of oils, which, by the way, was very trusting in my personal opinion. But she left them with me overnight. And I remember the first thing that I looked up was sleep because I wanted to know how to sleep that night. And so told me a few oils to try. And so I thought, cool, this is going to be exciting. And I was super excited for bed that night. And it was interesting because that night hold up, I've got some notes here and I want to make sure that I'm telling you exactly what I wanted to tell you. So, anyway, so that night, thankfully the book not only told me what oils to use, but it also told me how to use them because I honestly didn't have a clue. So that night I rubbed 3 oils on my feet. I rubbed vetiver, which did kind of smell like dirt, but I found out later that it's because it comes from the roots of a grass and it's supposed to smell that way. And I used balance, which kind of smelled like a forest. I thought, ooh, that's kind of interesting. And then I used this bottle of lavender that did not smell dirty. And I remember I put them on my feet and I was kind of confused about that, but the book told me to do it. So I did. Okay, I can do that. And that night I slept better than I had in as long as I could remember. And I woke up the next morning and thought, wow, that's what it feels like to sleep. And I felt better the next day. I had more energy. I was calmer with my kids. I didn't yell at them. I remember being very disappointed when my friend came to pick up her oils. I was kind of maybe just a little hoping that she'd forgotten. Just kidding. But I remember thinking, okay, I need to get some of these oils as fast as I could. But the problem was I didn't have any money. And so, but my friend had told me that if I hosted a class, that I would get a percentage of the sales back in a check. So I thought, okay, I can do that. And I invited a few friends over, and I remember 5 friends came over for the class. And they loved the oils, they loved the class, and to my surprise, all 5 of them ordered kits. And I thought, cool, that's awesome. And it actually was enough for me to be able to buy some oils for myself, which I was so thrilled about. And I have pretty much used oils on my feet every single night since that time, since that day. For the last 6 years, over 6 years. And it has made such a difference. I feel like it's given me my life back. I am a better wife. I'm a better mom. I'm a better just person in general because I'm not a stressed out basket case hot mess all the time. Anyway, I have actually I also was using the oils for lots of other things during that time, but I'm going to have to save that for another Facebook Live because I've actually got tons and tons of stories, but I can't tell them all at once. So I hope that you join me again, and I'm excited to see, I'm excited to tell you the next story. So see ya. Bye.